When did I start painting? I started painting in February of this year. But I've been painting pretty much every day since. I've been loving it. Well, not every day, but you know, the majority of the days since. Only 3 out of 4 days, something like that. Time flies, man. It does go by pretty quick. I am noticing I'm a lot more comfortable with a brush, though. Which is nice. Kind of missed doing this sort of thing, you know? Like, I hadn't done it in a long time. Like, I'd never done any miniature painting before, but I'd never really, you know, I hadn't done anything creative like that in a long time. Other than, I guess, Photoshop, but don't know if that really counts. Thank you very much, dude. I've been enjoying the process a lot. It's just fun. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback though, which is really awesome. Like that really does, you know, it's encouraging, you know? It's nice to hear a lot of folks are also enjoying putting this on a second monitor or whatever. Like I've seen a lot of people say that they enjoy just sort of painting along while I'm painting, or they're like having a good time just watching or kind of just chilling. Like a lot of people have mentioned that they enjoy just putting this content on and just hanging out, which I think is pretty sweet. Doing incredibly well for a newbie. Thanks. I feel like it helps a little bit as well that I'm older. I don't know why, but it just feels like I can commit to things a little bit better, if that makes sense. Like I decided, you know what, we're gonna do some painting and I'm gonna actually try and get good. Rather than like, I think in the past, if I would have done this like 10 years ago, I would have been like, okay, I'm not living up to how I would have liked to be able to paint, so I'm just quitting. Like I'm just not gonna do it. Get good? Impossible? Yeah, I'm treating this like StarCraft laddering, man. The only way we're gonna get good at StarCraft is by playing. Yeah, I can be an absolute perfectionist. But I also feel like that's why streaming is kind of awesome, though, because, I don't know. I notice it helps me keeping the ball rolling, so to say. But also, it's nice to share mistakes and, you know, show progression. It's very tempting, I think, as a lot of creators, to only share finished work or like quote-unquote completed stuff. But a lot of people want to see the bad shit too, you know? A lot of people enjoy watching the garbage. Yeah, it can't be perfect on stream. But that's good. That's a good thing. That's also one of the reasons why I started uploading daily videos years ago, because I kind of need to get shit done, you know? Like I would work on a video for like a week and then I wouldn't be happy with it and I wouldn't upload it. And when you commit to uploading daily, you kind of have to put yourself behind that. Like, good is good enough, you know? But it is kind of easy to get stuck in the perfectionism mindset. So just put shit out, man. Okay. I mean, that already looks pretty good. This color is spot on. I will shade it with a contrast paint. I think I'll do a second coat of it, but this is exactly the vibe I was going for. I want it to look like raw skin. And I feel like this is exactly that. Something that might help you in the future to start learning how to sub-assembly. Oh, I very specifically did not do a sub-assembly on this one, Chris. I have done sub-assemblies on previous miniatures that I painted. But I don't like doing sub-assemblies. And I feel like I don't need to on this one. So it was a conscious decision. Maybe future Lowko will curse past Lowko, you know, for being an idiot. I don't know, I like painting the full model. I think it's more fun. For some stuff, it's a no-brainer. Like, for example, I recently did Slan Starmaster, which is a big toad on a throne. And you kind of want to paint the throne and the toad separately, like it just makes sense. For this one, I could have also like kept the head separate, or for example, not glued on the blade. Or, I don't know, like keep a couple things separate, but I don't know, I prefer just painting the whole thing in one go. Maybe I'll regret it in the future, but I feel like all of the stuff here is within range. Yeah, I also think it's probably better for content. Watching a disjointed mini is a little bit less fun, I think, although it's not that big of a deal, but... On my most recent project that I finished, I did a Leviathan Dreadnought. And for that one, I, for example, did do a sub-assembly on the arms. So the arms I glued on a little bit later. And then I obscured all of the machinery that's underneath, which kind of sucks because I put quite a bit of effort on all of that machinery. And then the arms just cover it fully. Anyways. I find that breaking it up makes it less overwhelming and makes harder easy. Yeah, so I don't find the overwhelming part to be that useful for me, but I do like the idea of being able to reach other parts a bit easier. But I feel like on everything on this mini is within reach. But maybe I'm just stubborn. What's going on, Games and Sermons? Good morning. Hope life is well. Happy weekend. Okay, we'll have to let this dry for a minute, and then we're gonna add a bit of a wash. I was thinking Gilliman Flesh, which is a very fleshy wash, but I can also go for Flesh Shade. So this one is a little bit more pinkish. This one's a little bit more brownish. You're thinking about doing some yoga this morning? Nice. I went for a run this morning. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this one. I'll have to shake it up good. Do you guys want to see my paint vibrator? I'm sorry, it's out of reach. Am I following some kind of guide? So I watched a couple videos of people painting this miniature, and I'm following like some of the step-by-step progress. But I'm not really following it exactly. Like, I'm kind of just doing my own thing. Look, how much money do you make a month? How much money do you think I make a month, Skeletor? $1 billion. $1 million, dude. 100%. Every month, Lowko's out there making $1 million bucks. Okay, I'm also gonna hit it with the blow dryer, chat. I'm sorry. I think I can just use the undiluted Gilliman Flesh. I think it should be okay. I get that question sometimes, man, when people are like, how much money do you make, streamer, man? How much money do you... I have understood over the years that that is a cultural thing primarily, where in some cultures it's totally fine to ask people how much money they make. It is a little weird in Dutch culture, I'll be honest with you. It is considered a rude question in the Netherlands, but... Everyone knows that the quality of a person is determined by their wealth. True, dude. How many coins do you make, streamer mammal? Okay, we're gonna just do pure, undiluted Gilliman flesh. I might regret, but I think it's okay. Like, this is a relatively thin paint. I've used this mostly as like a one-coat solution for skin. This is a contrast paint though, so it takes a little bit to dry. How much dough do I make a month? I sometimes like to bake bread. It depends on whether or not I bake bread that month. Now, I've been able to make a living now from creating content for quite a few years, man. It's been a good bunch of years, and I've been loving it. I never really set out to make the maximum amount of money possible. I mean...
1 Twitch sub, 1 bread for Lowko.
Thank you very much, Night Dreams. I appreciate you. I don't think anybody trying to do StarCraft content is maximizing income. I feel like most people that do StarCraft content would probably do financially better if they did other games. But over the years, it has gotten better. Like, we're very comfortable now, which is nice. I get to do what I love doing every day, and I feel like we've got a good thing going. But the future can be quite uncertain, right, in content creation in general. Especially as like a video game commentary kind of thing. It's not necessarily the easiest transferable skill outside of streaming or content creation, so there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. Yeah. I love what I do, bro, so I just hope I can keep doing it. I hope I can just keep doing it for a long time to come. Thank you very much. Thank you too. AI can replace game commentators? I don't know. Maybe. AI can replace a lot of things. Okay, what do you guys think? We're gonna make this a little bit more pinkish later, but as a first coat, I think that looks pretty gross. Hey, thank you very much too for the 85 months and Night Dreams as well, likewise with a Prime sub. I think a lot of jobs will be automated, for sure. You can automate a lot of stuff. But humans will probably prefer listening to humans. I don't think we're gonna really see computers take over commentary for that sort of thing, but... Yeah, we are gonna add some blood for the blood god as well, Diabolical, for sure. I don't know, bro. I can't predict the future. Worrying over a lot of things that you have no control over is generally a waste. We're gonna continue on with the skin. I want to take a thin brush and I want to create like the appearance of lines, like of hair, of fur, that's going across the skin. So I want to go outside of the actual ridges. And create like lines in the direction. This is what I think would look good, but I don't really know. I saw they do this on the box art, where they kind of create like vertical striping in the direction of where the tiny hairs pop up on the miniature. Yeah, I think that might look nice. What's going on, Farul? Why do we have like a dark outline on some of these? What happened to it? Did I do that? Probably. Lowko from the past, man. What an idiot. Jeez. No, but it seems like there's still enough people that enjoy watching content, which is nice. As a completely unbiased third party in this conversation. It's quite nice that people enjoy watching my content. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's nice. That's a little too big. So I'm going purposely onto some of the actual skin there. It's a little hard to see, but I'm trying to do a little bit of... We're here for the background sound. Look, that's good for me, man. I'll be the background sound. I don't mind that at all. Can I do some lines over here in the middle of this place? This feels dangerous. But this guy has a lot of hair everywhere. Need to add more fur, you know? I'll have to get the brighter color out as well. You've been watching my StarCraft content for a while? Didn't know how you... Or didn't know you paint minis. What's going on, Source? Yeah, I do. Painting Red Man right now. Not to be confused with Red Jam. Very different story. Okay. I need to get some of that brighter color out. I used Dusty Skull. It's not much brighter, but it's a little bit brighter. It's a different tone, I guess. Painting an Emperor's Children Legion? Yo, nice! That's awesome, man. You should share some pictures. We actually have a Discord server, or a Discord chat channel, specifically for mini painting, which is where some people share their work. I always like seeing it. I think this is a better color for this. I don't know if that's visible much. Those tiny little lines. It's creating a little bit of texture. It's nice. What's going on, Vizzik? Are you up in the air? Are you watching this from the sky? I thought you were on a plane right now. Technology is beautiful. You may have disconnected, chat. The technology is beautiful, but not that beautiful. Plain internet, dude. One of the most beautiful things in the world. Until it's not. Airplane Wi-Fi. It exists. You just flew over Norway? You Googled that place, it looks beautiful? Nice. Physically, we are so close right now, Vizzik. Holy shit, man. You're listening from the sky, you turned off the video? Fair enough. Yeah, Vizzik was mentioning that he's on a 16-something hour flight. Just a little bit of time, no worries, not a big deal. Just 16 hours? I'm thinking I'm gonna add another coat of that Gilliman flesh. Maybe I want to make it slightly browner, actually. Maybe I'll add some of that battle mud wash instead. No, he said Norway. Different country, man. Common confusion. All countries in the Netherlands are the wait, what? All countries in the Netherlands are identical. I'm gonna add a little bit more of a shadow around the outside here before we highlight this area back up. We avoided the Netherlands airspace. You flew over Denmark? Oh, you poor thing. The fact that they can do straight flights though, 16 hours long, across multiple continents to the other side of the world is kind of amazing, isn't it? Okay. I've mellowed it out just a tad. Apparently I can't listen at all to the stream, but I've been paused for a good 3 minutes. Oh, he doesn't even listen to what the fuck I'm saying, man. Ay, 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 ay. Complete ignoring. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, plain internet is usually a bit of a mess. I've tried several times to play RuneScape on planes, but it's usually just good enough to text Loran that I'm still, you know, alive and stuff. Like, that's nice, I guess. But other than that, plain Wi-Fi never really seems to do much. I think it's time for my lobster mac and cheese. I see you're having a good time on the flight. Man's getting lobster black mac and cheese. All right. Have a good one, dude. Okay. Trying to do the impression of fur here, but it does feel a little bit sketchy. Is it noticeable? Yeah, you can kind of tell. It's subtle, but there's a little bit of a scratchiness. Did I play the Endless mode of Frostpunk 2? I most definitely have. As a matter of fact, my playthrough of it is currently going live over at www.lowko. No, wait. Fuck. www.youtube.com/morelowko. It's about a 20-something hour playthrough. Lowko.com. No, it's Lowko.tv. www.lowko.tv. That's also a website. That basically links you to everything Lowko TV related. Everything Lowko TV related, C-Card. All of it. My Pornhub account, my... Wait, no, not that. Do people make accounts for that website? What's that website? I've never heard of that website before. Corn Hub, right, that's it. It's a website located in Iowa. They have a lot of corn. Wonder if we should go slightly brighter than this. Let me see. For the brightest hair, can we do just a couple of these colors instead? Okay. Just trying to create the impression of little hairs that are dangling down. Pretty good. Okay. Let's go back to the main skin gap. I also think I actually might want to use this color here for the little rats. We'll have to look at that into a second, but... Okay. So I want to try and relayer some of that open wound with the original color, but I want to avoid the recessed areas. So we kind of want to just go all the way around. Like create a little bit more of a color here, like that original color. So we'll try to hang out here. Using a pretty small brush. This is a 00, which is pretty nice. What happened to GSL in Korea? We don't really know anything yet about the upcoming season for StarCraft 2. At this point, there's a lot of people doubting if there will even be one, which would really suck, man. We have a new StarCraft 2 patch that's been in the making for a while, but both GSL and ESL has not announced anything yet. Now, there have been a couple of signages in StarCraft 2 from Saudi Arabian teams, which seems to imply that we are going to be having a EWC in 2025, because otherwise they wouldn't be hiring those teams or those players, or at least I would be surprised if they would. So I guess it's safe to assume we will have a little bit of StarCraft there next year, but I honestly don't really know, dude. It sucks. It's been taking a long time. Like we're quite a few months after the World Cup now, and we still haven't had a big announcement. Now, I'm thinking the new multiplayer balance patch for StarCraft will probably go live this month. I think that would make the most sense. So maybe? But we don't really know. one of my great frustrations personally, Clark. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, it sucks. Especially if you're like a pro gamer right now, you know? Like you're kind of being kept in limbo. Like what do you do right now if you're a professional StarCraft player? Like yes, there's a new patch. But if there's no tournaments other than the weekly cups, and every single weekly cup is, you know, we have players like Clem playing in every single one of them. MaxPax plays in all of it. We have players like Hero on the Korean server, Dark, Shin, like you basically have to, like Bjorn, right? Like you basically have to beat the best in the best. Multiple players from the top 10 in every weekly tournament in order to make $50. Like you have to beat all of them. It's, yeah, it's just not a livable situation right now for a lot of pros. So you kind of depend on that salary, but a lot of teams will obviously not be too keen to give you a salary if they don't really know what's up. I don't know anything. So yeah, I'm assuming nobody else knows much, but maybe some other folks do, I don't know. A little bit demoralizing for sure, yes. You're thinking about moving to Alaska? Damn. I never hear much about Alaska. The writing's been on the wall for many years? Not really though. Like StarCraft 2 has been going strong for a long time and prize money is still, you know, high. Yeah, some of the changes are incredibly Zerg unfavored, man. And I've been trying to point that out in my casts, but a lot of people want to eat me alive. As soon as I talk about it and I'm like, guys, it might be a bit too much. A lot of folks are like, ah. That's how I picture they sound anyways. Zerg bias, Zerg bias. Confirmed. Let's see. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's a little too... I think it's a little bit too pink. I want it to be like a little bit more chill. We'll use a little bit of a light tone for it. I wonder if other RTS games are going to pick up major roles in the competitive scene. Well, that's kind of it, right? Like there are some other RTS games out there, and they're trying, but it doesn't look like Stormgate is gonna get a pro scene similar to it anytime soon. Battle Ace isn't gonna get one. You can look at some of the other RTS games like Age of Empires or Warcraft 3 or whatever, but that's also not really a step forward. So life is a little uncertain if you're a professional gamer in StarCraft land right now. There's a lot of pro gamers out there that will, you know, have other options, or maybe they're gonna start studying, or maybe they have already begun studying, right? Like there's a lot of folks out there that will take a bit of a break and see where things go. But yeah. It is a little bit funky. But being a pro gamer has never been a very certain existence, I guess, so. I'm thinking about adding just a little bit of like a dark brown next to some of those strands as well. I needed to shake that a little bit more. Actually, let's do a slightly browner brown, a little bit less dark. I think for a new RTS, they have to look at the past RTS games and what actually made them successful. Well, that's the thing, right? The money is in gaming is not so much in PC games necessarily, and that alone already makes things very tricky. Most of the successful games are console-based or mobile-based or something along those lines. Yeah. Hard to make an RTS that works on other platforms. So all of them kind of suck. RTS devs need to realize that the game needs to be fun first and esports only matter. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing too, right? So Battle Aces, for example, does that really well. I think Battle Aces is actually a brilliant game for that. Very fun to play. And as far as like a modern iteration of RTS goes, Battle Aces does it right. Especially since that game might also be viable on like like I don't know, like I can imagine playing that on a tablet. And that could make it open to a mass market appeal. I also think Battle Aces is kind of nailing that part of things, actually. Like, you can't really force an esport so much. We've seen that many times. Yeah, not just Overwatch. Even like Hearthstone and stuff, you know? Like a lot of... The Overwatch scene was insane though, dude. Like, everybody that I ever spoke to about Overwatch League, everybody in the scene, everybody in esports, thought it was a bad idea. But they decided to just fucking do it anyways. Overwatch was actually fun to watch as an esport? Bro, it was garbage to watch. I tried watching it. I hated everything about it. Maybe if you understand the game really well, but I thought it was shit to watch. It was so hard to watch. Like, very fun game, but very bad viewing experience. But also, like, the sheer amount of money that they tried to pour into that game, man. Like, 1 year of Overwatch League could probably do about a decade of StarCraft. Like, I'm not even joking. Viewer numbers were literally identical, man. It's one of the frustrations with Blizzard as a company. I mean, as like, they're not really doing that anymore, obviously, but they tried so hard to force an esports scene when they already had an esports scene that was slowly decaying. Just dumb, just silly. Like hundreds of millions just down the drain, it seemed. Which, nuts. Anyways, I think I want to add like a little bit of like a purpley hue as well to some of this. I think that'd be a good idea. Can we get some, because I want it to look bruised, right? We'll add like a bit of the financial black hole simply killed the heroes of the Storm esports circuit overnight. Yeah. So it seemed like Blizzard at the time was only ever interested in running a game that made at least $1 billion. Like that was essentially all of the decision making. And that's also immediately where shit went wrong, because they wanted to make it $1 billion industry, which is a nice project on paper, and I can imagine shareholders get really excited about the prospect of something like that. And they decided to effectively shut down everything that wasn't $1 billion. A little bit of corporate greed to ruin nice things. Has that ever happened before, chat? Obviously, this is just speculation, right? You can never really know, but it's one of the reasons why indie developers have been killing it over the years. At least, you know, from my point of view. And why a lot of AAA developers are just not as interesting to me. Not because they can't make good games, but because the passion is just kind of in making money and not so much in the games, you know? And it's fine if you're a casual gamer, like if you really like playing games from time to time, but you're not really hardcore into it, you'll probably be having a good time. But there's a lot of shit out there that's just... I was watching some videos of the new Dragon Age. That looked like an EA game and a half, bro. I was wondering what the problem is and why a lot of people are upset about it, but I watched it for like 5 minutes and I get it. Well, basically, AAA developers have realized that you can spend additional money on marketing and people will forget about your previous failed projects. So, yes, maybe your previous game was half-baked and maybe it wasn't quite finished, but customers are quick to forget if you just spend some more on marketing next time around. So a lot of folks will buy regardless, as long as the marketing is good. And it's, yeah, it results in some less than stellar games. It is what it is. I added a little bit of purple. I don't know if you can really see it. It's just a really small little hint of purple. I may have to double up on that a little bit later. But I think that's quite nice. I think I want to add some of these darker lines outside of all of the furred areas on every other aspect of the skin as well. Starting on his arm. We have nice smooth skin right now. We want to make it a little bit less skin. A little bit less smooth. I'm gonna be casting some games. Maybe like 20 minutes or so. Maybe a half an hour, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. Nah, let's see. Let's see, hold up. I got a couple things to do. No, I think I'll do like another, like maybe 45 minutes of painting. Yeah. What are you trying to suggest, Falcon? That I don't keep to my schedules? Okay, look, sometimes time flies by, okay? No, I'm gonna do a best of 5 series between Hero and Shin. That's what I'm gonna cast. So I'm hoping that this, what I'm doing right now, is gonna integrate the fur a little bit better into the skinny area. So rather than just having that blend with the wash and everything, I'm hoping that this is gonna create like a little bit more of an interesting dynamic. It's a little too big. I will do a couple different colors of this, so we'll do like 3 passes. The dark brown and then the lighter browns. This does feel a little risky though, because I'm pretty happy with how this was looking. I think it's gonna look better in the end. You got your MRI done? Oh shit! You had wrist pains, right? Isn't that what you said, strategist? Haven't you had that for years? I feel like you said that a long time ago too. Maybe I'm mistaken. Hope it turns out to be nothing, dude. Or at least something that you can easily fix. Always had finally got it, and we'll see if I have a normal hand. MRI's OP, dude. Very loud, yeah. I've had a lot of MRIs for my ears. And it's, if they need to take an MRI of your head, they have this like cage. You know those cages they use in like horror movies, and they put those over like the protagonist's head. That's the cage they use as well for, yeah, it's really fun. And then you have to like lay there with a fucking cage over your head for like 20 minutes. It's not my favorite part, but I'd like to play a game. The MRI technician has never said that to me, but I would have believed it. It spins super fast, man. I saw a video about an MRI machine with its protective cover off. Shit spins quick! Like way quicker than you'd imagine. Like, if I could reach my hand to that, it would immediately shove my hand off type of levels of quick. Yeah, like giant fucking magnet. No, I don't love having an MRI, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Very cool technology. Okay. So can you see the little lines I've added? It's quite well integrated, I think. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's go a little bit lighter.